Welcome to El Profe's Classroom. Classes in session. And tonight, well, it's tonight for me, but I don't know what time it is for you guys, but we're going to be talking about week 2 of the Cult Movie Challenge. And this week, it's an interesting one. It's Don the Dragon Wilson week. If you don't know Don the Dragon Wilson, basically he's a martial arts actor from that got famous doing like VHS straight to VHS movies in the 90s. And this is one of those ones where probably all the ones you can pick are not great, but you have to live in that spirit of maybe finding something interesting, maybe having some cool martial arts, some something that's different and special. I've actually found a couple of things that I liked way more than I thought I would. Sadly, it's not the case for this week because I picked the movie Virtual Combat from 1995. Week 1 and week 2 of the challenge, apparently I decided to go with 1995 as the year to pick. So, well, I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So this film, Virtual Combat 1995 from 1995, uh, directed by Andrew Stevens and written by William C. Martell, stars the obvious Don Wilson, Don the Dragon, and he is basically a security, like a police. He's a policeman basically. In this alternate reality place where virtual reality. Remember, this is 1995. Virtual reality is a thing, and a lot of people use it either for training. Don the Dragon Wilson's character uses it for training his martial arts, and or for obviously for sex. Uh, you know, that's what they do apparently on virtual reality in this world. Either train martial arts or sex, or at least that's the only two things that you see in this film. Uh, so some scientists decide that they want to try to bring these characters that are in virtual reality to life, and they happen to be able to make two of these girls um, appear out of you know from the virtual reality and become basically walking AIs in flesh and blood vessels, or well, not flesh and blood. There's no flesh and blood, but basically human looking vessels. Uh, so during that, uh, the main boss of the martial arts training program, this really cool looking masked guy, uh, escapes by in some way, and he is trying to get the scientists to release all the people from the training program, the basically the bad guys from the training program. At the same time, there's this corporation basically that owns all this that's trying to suppress it all, and then there's the police that's trying to you know uh, resolve the murder of Don the Dragon's character, um, the partner of his character. And this is cheesy, schlocky, 90s. You know, it's it has way too much nudity, and it's it's just not really cohesive as a story. And when I usually give martial arts films a pass, mostly because I really like martial arts films, and also because I want to see if you can give me some really really great martial arts choreography. I'm there. I'm good. If you can add to that a great story, even better. But you don't have to give me a great story if your martial arts are really awesome. The martial arts here are not great at all. It's just some roundhouse kicks and some weird positioning so that they look really strong, but it doesn't look good at all. And it's sad because the story is actually kind of, there's something there. It's sort of Matrix esque before the Matrix came out. So there was something there. It never came through. The acting is not great. Um, Don the Dragon Wilson is not a great actor. Um, at least in this film. Maybe he got better in other films. I don't know. Um, and everybody else is just it's too stiff. It's too schlocky. It, there's you might enjoy some of the 90s schlock, but you're better off watching probably something else from the 90s, something from Jean Claude Van Damme if you were looking for some martial arts and some 90s, stuff. But like Time Cop or something. I don't know if Time Cop is from the 90s, but you know what I mean. Some sci-fi martial arts stuff. But this movie not very good. I would probably give it 2 stars. That's being kind of generous with this. Um, so yeah, tell me what you think. Have you ever seen a Don the Dragon Wilson film? Uh, what's your favorite martial arts film? I'm thinking I'm starting a series of martial arts, like the history of martial arts films through the years. That sounds interesting to me. And basically, I'm here doing whatever I want. So, class dismissed. See you next week.